Flosstube. Um, my name is Nicole, and this is my channel all about cross stitching, my hobby, my favorite hobby, and just want to welcome you here. This will be my fourth video. Yes, and I also created some shorts for you on there too, which I'm having fun with. But I'm here to come back and talk about all my works and progresses that I've done, and um, this has been helping me keep track. It's the calendar 2023 book of days for needlework enthusiasts, and I finally decorated my with stickers, and it's been helping me keep track of what I've been working on during the day. And lately, I think I started after the last Flosstube. I've been trying to keep track of how many stitches I've done for each project. So there's January, and it's January 22, 2023, and I have one more week before my birthday on the 28th. So I put a little bit more stickers there to celebrate. So I will start off with my WIPS. Last time I had decided to do WIPGO, and this was my WIPGO chart. So what it was called was the Soda Stitch Korean Girl in Fall on the Farm 6 and 10. Well, I don't think WIPGO is for me. Plans do not do well as far as my stitching. Like, I can make plans for everything else, and I'm good about keeping with those, but when it comes to my hobby, I don't think I like to have a plan. I think I really like to stitch what I want when I want. But I'm not going to totally give up on this. Maybe I'll use the WIPGO as suggestions, because I didn't put what I would actually complete. I told myself that I would do 10 to 15 days on it, and those days were for 30 minutes of stitching. So my first one that I worked on, I wanted to decide to work on, was my Fall on the Farm, and I showed it plenty of times, but I did get some progress done, and I started the next block, because I didn't even finish the first block, so I had to go to the second block, right? And then I don't know, because these are I used a variegated thread that is called for, and it's 2/2 on a 28 count. I think it's 20, no, it's 30 count portobello. I like the fabric. I think I will use this fabric for something else, because I decided to restart this with 25 count 1/1 thread. So I finally got an order, and from my 1 2 3 stitch, because I don't have a local needlework shop. Yeah, I don't. But I got 25 count raw linen, and I have one on the way that's an even weave, because this one feels a little too loose for maybe 1/1 stitching. But yeah, I'm going to restart this one, guys. Story of my life as far as cross stitching goes. Alright, so I worked on that for 5 days before I said I'm going to restart. And what else did I work on? On Sundays, I work on with other Flosstubers and Instagrammers. God Shed His Grace by Artisy. Mine is the large version, and let me show you a picture. Yeah, it doesn't seem that large to me, but it is considered their large. And I decided to work on this on Sundays, and if I wanted to any other time, but so far I've just been working on Sundays. So I'm going to be working on this today after I upload this video. And this is, I decided to start in the lower left corner, and I got it flipped for y'all so you could actually read it, but it's kind of, I have to get used to it on the camera because it's flipped for me. But I started here and I went all the way down, and then I came back and filled in because I parked the threads, and then I came back and like filled in all the loose parked threads. And then last Sunday I went down, and as you can see, such a mess, the bottom part. So it's not that big. It's from here to here, and I still have this much fabric here, and then you can see the corner over here. So yes. So my plan for this is to go all the way around, and I think I'm gonna keep going all the way around until it meets in the middle. So that looks like fun to do. And I will link all the ladies that I'm doing it with and the stitch start along, and it's the hashtag God Grace Sundays. So you can find us on Instagram also. Okay, so I did that after last week of Flosstube, and the next thing I did is that Monday I actually finished all my 310 in the stitching shelf. And I started the stitching shelf by Amy Stewart on September 4th, 2022. So last year. And I usually write it and I put top so I know like where the top start is. But I have a picture of this also on my Instagram that said I have finished all the black 310. Can you see it? This is hard to show. Easier to photograph than video, but. And then after that, I decided to do the least amount of color. And I think that was a green. I think it was 700, but I don't know if you could see some of the green. Where is it? And that was pretty hard because it was only like a couple of stitches right there. And then I had to keep moving the Q-snap. So then instead of doing that, I decided to do the next most color, which the black was 31,000 stitches of black, and I'm doing it on 25 count, and I switched from I switched from doing it 1/1 to 2/1 10 stitch. And that is my favorite for these big projects. But so I started around in this corner, and you can't really tell, but I did 939, which is so close to black. Right? I can't even see it from here under this lighting. And then I went back with some brown, but I think I'm just gonna go to do all the 939 if and when I decide to start back on this. But I did hit 4%, I think. Let me look on my Kindle. I hit 4.46% on it. Let's see. Ooh, lighting on my stitching shelf. And I know this is the version I'm doing, which is SSMC Super, what is it? Super Max Color. Super Size Max Color. That's it. That one. Okay. I have, let's see, also worked a little bit on my Queen Mermaid, which is my Mirabilia. And the last time you saw her, did I take a picture? Okay, I updated my iPad and all my computers and whatnot, and the new iOS has changed some of the layouts. So let me see, hold on. I really don't know how to work this. All albums? Oh, reset. Okay, so the last time I showed you her, she looked like this. And now she has a hand. And she's holding a box of some sort. It kind of looked like a purse, but I'm not sure. But I did some more of her hair. Let me see if I can, right there. Did that part, and then I extended part of her arm and did some of it, which this is acrylic. That was fun. Can't wait to fill her beads in. And of course work on the rest of her tail. But I'm kind of just working top and then to bottom, and then I kind of backstitch as I go for this once I complete an area. So that's the Queen Mermaid. I didn't work on her as much as I wanted to, but that's okay, because I have spent most of my time on one of my projects. But let me show you, after the debacle with my fall on the farm and deciding to restart it and trying to find a fabric that I want for it, which I want kind of similar color, I decided to work on the Korean girl. And I did 2 days on this one. And that's what I got done. I'm trying to work up to her face. And let me show you what she looks like. She is on my desktop. Ooh, technology. So this is the lady in the traditional hanbok dress. And that's what she'll look like. And I just worked up. I think I kind of filled in a little bit and then I'm working up to that. but I kind of don't want to work on her yet either. So I have started 2 projects, and one I needed to start, but this one I really didn't need to start it, but I wanted to because I wanted to do the ones that are not like ladies, fancy ladies. I wanted to try to work on 25 count 1/1, and so I started with Little Dove's, what is it? Little Dove's Design, Stitch for All Seasons, and this one is the winter one. And I'll show you what it's supposed to look like. And it's gonna be so cute because it's 1/1, and I started, let me see, with the bow, and it's supposed to be a wreath, but it's gonna be really tiny. Probably gonna go down to here, and I'll have like a little bit of fabric left. But this is 25 count. I think it's the blue I got from Hobby Lobby. And then I decided to go back to an OD, and this one is shadowing. Let me see. Taj Mahal, Mandela, and what did I work on? I worked on the pink here, and I stopped because I'm going to restart this one too. I've bought the fabric already, so it's on its way, and I don't know where I stopped off at because it's like a paper chart, and I think I have enough of the specialty threads to restart it and maybe enjoy it again. I won't get rid of this one, but I definitely am going to restart this. So that has been what I have been up to this past 2 weeks, and I'm afraid if I go back to something old again, I am going to restart it, or want to restart it. So instead of doing that, I have decided to focus on my grand library. But before I get to that, I did start yesterday let me get a picture for you. The temperature Quaker chart by Stitching Mommy Sarah. Bought it off of her Etsy shop, and I tried to find because she gives you a couple options of where you're located, like a hot, a varied, a cold, and we're pretty, I think, temperate where I live because we live in the high desert, so it doesn't get too cold most of the time, and it doesn't get too hot. So I had contacted her, and she's really quick to contact you back. But yeah, so she looked at the temperatures of where I'm at, and here, that's what it would look like. And this is the month of January, and then all the letters is the last month of the year, December. So she was able to do my temperatures for me, and I just started this last night, but I wrote down all my temperatures, and so far, yeah. That's where I'm at, and I'm doing this on 14 count Rustico Ada, 2 threads over 1, and it's Rustico Ada oatmeal, but I got it from Hobby Lobby. Okay, and let's see. The last thing that I have been putting my time and effort to when I do have time to stitch, which I started back at my work, and I work from home, but I also homeschool, and then I have a business and I run that and usually work toward the night, but then any free time I have, I try to work on this, which is my Amy Stewart, The Grand Library. I hope you can see it because I can't see you. I am at 30, let me see, let me get it right. I am at, where am I at? 30.33% at 122,173 stitches over, the total is 402,000 stitches. And I have completed 24 colors on my way to 25. But I worked right down there underneath the chair. I'm not sure what some of those are, but I think a bird is coming up, a white owl. And then I decided to work over here. So I just pick and choose where I want to work if I'm not color completing it. And I have been doing calculations for this one. I have subtracted how many stitches I have left, which is 281,000, and trying to figure out how many stitches I need to put in per day. And I feel like right now, which could change, that I am on a mission to complete it this year. If I only spend I think 500 stitches a day, which they're half stitches and 10 stitches. I think it would take me to the end of the year. If I do 1,000 to 2,000, I can be done in 5 months. So 5. So the color completing I think is way faster, and I think, yeah, this is what I've been wanting to work on, and I only started this in May of 2022. And this is not, this is just a regular size, regular color. – 30%. So happy for that. All right. So and I also wrote down the least amount, because I think I did more and I just didn't write down, or kept forgetting to write down how much I actually did. But I did, for the first week, last week, I did 5832, so 5,832 stitches on that one. And then this past week, I did 5,203 stitches on that one. So a total of over 11,000 stitches in 2 weeks. So really good. Yeah, and I think I'm gonna keep going on with that. And I think if I meet my goal of maybe 1,000 stitches, and I think that will be doable. Maybe not every day, but some days I can get more, some days I get less, so we'll work with that. And then once I do that one, and maybe I can move on to whatever else I want to stitch. So before I get to my acquisitions, I want to show you some of my finishes that I've had and that I have not fully finished. And I don't even know where I got some of these from, and I hope I didn't show you already, but I know I did share on my Instagram. So but here's one that I did, teddy bears. And I remember doing this when I first got here to Sierra Vista, and I completed it in 2005. So I wrote down And I think this was from a magazine. There's my masking tape. That was a fun stitch. And then I decided to try to do some short ones. This one is a whole hot mess around the borders. But this is Lizzie Kate, and I guess I like stitching homes. But I did not put a date on when I finished this, so I'm not sure. There's spring, and I did summer, and this one had a button. And I do have August and winter charts and a fabric. Who knows, I will get when I'll get to that one. And then I did a little small, I think this one is Shepherd's Bush. That one's probably the most recent out of all of these. And then in 2008, I did this one, and I'm not sure, but this, I know these were some specialty threads. I think Weeks Dye Works. It says, "As for me and my house, we will serve the Lord." And then I put our name, our last name, and 2008, September 2008. And this one is pretty special to me because it was around 2006. It went into 2007, but it's like a sampler. And I joined it with some ladies. And I think we were on a forum back then. We didn't really have other ways to be in contact, but this lady got a group of us, and we did a round robin, and she came up with these motifs. I'm not sure where she got the motifs, but so I started in the middle, and you can see my name and the year, which was 2006. And there was beads and acrylic. But once I finished that, then we sent it on to the next person, and then the next person, and the next person. So like my old address is on this tape over here, but we did that, and we finally got it back. And I've tried to contact her a couple times because I had her email, but I don't know if she still uses that email. But it'll be neat if some of the ladies who remember doing this could contact me. I would love to know what they're up to. That was fun. Okay, and for my acquisitions, I went kind of crazy on 1, 2, 3 stitch, which I won't be doing that for a while. But let me see. After I don't know her name, but Huga Stitcher, she had mentioned that because she's doing the Rudolph series from Nora Corbett, Mirabilia, she decided that she might want to do the 12 Days of Christmas series by Nora Corbett. So I think that kind of like stirred on other people to want or to look it up and want to do it also, because I'm having a hard time finding, well, not a hard time, some of the charts were sold out, so I decided I probably need to get on those because I do want to complete those one day and would like to have all the charts eventually. But I have the first 2, and I bought this one, 3 French horns. And so I think the next time I order, I'll get the 4th one, the 5th one, and we'll see from there, because there's other things that I would love to order. And I've been collecting the, because since I came back to stitching, she's been doing a lot of the what are these, like minis. So I decided to start collecting these. And I'm not sure if they're part of a series or whatnot, but praying mantis and this firefly. And there look like there's other ones that are bees or like insects too. So got that one, and then I got one of her newer ones, the Portrait Queen. I also, because I'm afraid, because I'm working on the autumn quaker, and I have started the winter quaker from Rosewood Manor, so I went and bought the kits and the fabrics for summer quaker and spring quakers. And those were the thread that comes in the kit. And the fabric that I got for, I think for this one, right, is the call for fabric. It doesn't look like it, but it's Picture This Plus. What color is this? Valor. And then Picture This Plus, what is this one called? Count Truffle or Truffle. Yeah, Truffle linen for this. Just kind of blowing it out. Then I ended up getting Spring at Hawk Run Hollow. And I am wanting to do these on 25 count if they don't have, what are those, like half stitches? I got Madame Chantilly Autumn tray. I think I have the Christmas one. I wanted the spring one, but it was sold out on 123. And then I wanted to try the Cricut collection, so I got spring. And I plan to do this on a 25 count. And I think my goal in buying these things is because I want to try to work with different designers, because there are so many new designers and I just want to stitch all the things. So I ended up getting Cut Through Camper Van, and it's a kit by Bothy Threads. It's cute. And we have a camper also, so that's why I got this one. And then my other dimension kits came in, which this one is the Woodland Enchantress, and this one is Spring Fairy, and I have the Autumn Fairy one. And they said that the Summer Fairy is coming out, but yeah, they're just dimension kits. And I did, I think Rachel told me that I can contact Dimensions to get actual PDFs for these charts, because the charts are colored, and even if you photocopy the color, it's still very hard to read because the lines are over it, and I don't know, it's just hard charts in my opinion. Other people love them, and that's fine, but I wanted to give them a try because my daughter got me a Bella Filipina, which I talked about in the last YouTube, and it had a color chart. So initially I had gotten rid of all my Gold Collection Dimension charts and kits, and hopefully somebody's enjoying them, but I wanted to give these a try. And I did contact their email, and they do have numbers. So I'm not sure what the process is for that, but I did hear that other people actually were successful in getting the PDFs. So let's see. Okay, so I have been wanting to maybe film some Stitch With Me's, and I like the ones that you can see what they're doing, what they're working on, and actually talking about. It don't even matter about what, because I usually watch Stitch With Me's and like Gemma Stitches. She does a lot. think it's Stitchy Witchy. Oh, I'm gonna put their names for the Stitch With Me's that I do follow, because I like to have them in the background if I'm not listening to audiobooks playing, and I can see what they're up to. And a lot of times they're talking about their stitching and give tips and tricks, and I'm kind of wanting to go that route too. Yeah, those are the Stitch With Me's I like. And yeah, I came back in 2 weeks, which was my plan. And I don't know, because now I feel like if I just focus on the Grand Library, I might not have much to show. So we'll see. Let me know below if that's okay. I don't know how much of that makes for YouTubing if I just focus on one project at a time. But let me know if that's okay, or if I should just wait and see and accrue different ones that I do decide to work on. Yeah, so hopefully this one is a short one. Yeah, it's a shorter one. But that's all I have. And I tried a different setup for audio, as many have mentioned that I'm quieter on here, and sometimes they might have hard to hear. So I set up the audio through my phone, which is closer. And if that doesn't work out, then just let me know, and maybe I'll use my AirPods or maybe a mic. So hope you're staying warm wherever you are, and that you continue to enjoy your stitching. And in the meantime, if I'm not on here, you can find me at Nikki Stitchy on Instagram. And yeah, if you like this video, like and subscribe. And I think I'm getting close to 1,000, which means that I'm going to do a giveaway. So stay tuned for maybe my next video with that. I sew for my job, so I think I might come up with something for you guys and that you might enjoy. So in the meantime, happy stitching, and yeah, have a great one. Bye.